1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says the government will concentrate on enhancing job creation opportunities in the country this year. The President has said Pakistan is desirous of cordial relations with all the friendly countries. In occupied Kashmir, the grim situation due to Indian military siege on ground continued on the 158th consecutive day today. Human Rights Watch has called for impartial investigation into the allegations of police abuse during the recent protests against the controversial citizenship laws. The United States has expressed its readiness to engage in serious negotiations with Iran without any preconditions. In the first match of the National Triangular T20 Women's Cricket Championship in Karachi, PCB Blasters defeated PCB Dynamites by 25 runs. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the government will concentrate on enhancing job creation opportunities in the country this year. Addressing the launching ceremony of Hunarmand Pakistan program in Islamabad this afternoon, he said last year we focused on attaining stability and this year our focus will be on growth. The Prime Minister said Pakistan has now embarked upon the path as envisioned by its great founder, the Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and great philosopher and thinker, Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal. He expressed the hope that Pakistan will become a great nation due to skills and hard work of its citizens. The Prime Minister said our founding fathers in the Objectives Resolution had clearly stated that Pakistan would be transformed into a welfare Islamic state like Medina. Imran Khan said as part of his vision to turn Pakistan into a welfare society, a SAS program costing 190 billion rupees has been launched for the uplift of the poor segments of the society. Giving details of the program, the Prime Minister said 500,000 youth will be trained in the first phase of Hunarmand Pakistan program. Imran Khan said Pakistan will become a great nation, lead the Muslim Ummah and spearhead efforts to establish peace in the region and beyond. The Prime Minister reiterated that Pakistan will not fight others' wars in future. He said we will also make efforts to create friendship between Iran and Saudi Arabia. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, says differently abled people deserve our special attention as they face many hardships. He was addressing a high-level consultation meeting with leading civil society representatives from across the country in Islamabad to discuss the government's expansion of access to services for people with disabilities through SARS program. The Iranian ambassador to Pakistan, Sayyid Muhammad Ali Husseini, Tunisian ambassador to Pakistan, Burhan Al-Kamal, and the High Commissioner of the United Kingdom, Christian Turner, separately called on the President, Dr. Arif Alvi, in Islamabad and presented their credentials to him. Speaking on the occasion, the President said Pakistan is desirous of cordial relations with all the friendly countries. He urged the international community to work for alleviation of the misery of the people of Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, who are suffering at the hands of the fascist Indian regime. The Foreign Office spokesperson Aisha Faruqi says Pakistan does not want tensions in the region and will continue to play its role in the establishment of regional peace and stability. At the weekly press briefing, she said Pakistan enjoys cordial relations with all the regional countries, including Iran and Afghanistan. The spokesperson said Pakistan views with deep concern the recent developments that could seriously threaten peace and stability in the region. Aisha Faruqi said Prime Minister Imran Khan has stressed that war is in no one's interest and also made it clear that Pakistan would not be a part of any conflict in the region. She said Foreign Minister Shah Qureshi has held wide-ranging discussions with his counterparts from Saudi Arabia, Iran, Turkey, Kuwait, and several other important interlocutors. She said there is always room for engagement and interaction within the region and beyond, and the foreign minister's upcoming visit to various regional countries will positively contribute in this regard. The third interactive meeting, titled FM Connect to Link the Foreign Policy with Modern Requirements, was held in Islamabad today. The Foreign Minister Shah Qureshi welcomed the scholars and other participants at the meeting. He briefed them about the overall regional situation and the government's priorities about foreign policy in detail. The Foreign Minister also heard the suggestions and proposals of participants to link the foreign policy with modern requirements and thanked them. This is Radio Pakistan. The National Assembly was informed today that 13 projects worth about $11 billion have been completed under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project. The Parliamentary Secretary for Planning and Development, Kanwal Shahzeb, informed the House during question hour that another 13 CPAC-related projects worth $18 billion are under implementation, while $21 billion projects are in the pipeline. The Parliamentary Secretary said 46% work on the Gwadar East Bay Expressway has been completed. The Finance Ministry says the economy of the country is moving progressively on adjustment and stabilization path due to the government's extensive measures. In a statement today, the spokesperson of the ministry said the government is focused on bringing improvement in the real sector growth through inclusive growth in agriculture, industrial and services sectors. It said the government is also effectively working to meet challenges, reducing inflation, creating job opportunities, and achieving high growth rates. In occupied Kashmir, Tehreek-e-Hurriyat Jammu and Kashmir says India cannot hide the truth about Kashmir by arranging guided visits of Delhi-based envoys. Commenting on a two-day visit by a 17-member delegation of Delhi-based envoys of different countries to the occupied territory, the Hurriyat organization said if the situation in occupied Kashmir is as normal as India claims, that New Delhi should allow envoys to meet the common people, members of the civil society, journalists, and let them visit jails and detention centers. Meanwhile, the grim situation due to the Indian military siege on ground continued on the 158th consecutive day today. The Human Rights Watch has called on India to impartially investigate allegations of police abuse during recent protests against the controversial citizenship laws. In a report, the watch substantiated the failure of the Indian police to fulfill its responsibilities under the law during the mob attack on Jawaharlal Nehru University in New Delhi. It said the Indian government has an obligation to ensure that the police act in an impartial manner instead of becoming political, communal, and unaccountable. The United States says it is ready to engage with Iran without any preconditions in serious negotiations. In a letter to the United Nations, the American ambassador to the United Nations, Kelly Craft, said we are ready for talks with the goal of preventing further endangerment of international peace and security or escalation by the Iranian regime. Meanwhile, the U.S. House of Representatives has scheduled a vote for today on limiting President Donald Trump's ability to wage war against Iran without specific approval from the Congress. The European Council has urged Iran to comply with the 2015 nuclear agreement and do not take irreversible acts. And now cricket. In the first match of the National Triangular T20 Women's Cricket Championship in Karachi today, PCB Blasters defeated PCB Dynamites by 25 runs. Batting first, PCB Blasters scored 144 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. Chasing the target, PCB Dynamites could only score 119 runs for the loss of 7 wickets. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold conditions have been forecast in northern parts during the next 12 hours. Fog is likely to prevail in south and central Punjab and upper Sindh during night and morning hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.